What up, everyone? Today I'm going to talk about a really important topic, and that is Bitcoin and minimalism. Now, I'm sure you guys saw that Netflix documentary a few years ago, but there's been a lot of talk about minimalism and how it could better improve our lives because a lot of the stuff we have around us nowadays doesn't serve us, doesn't improve our lives, and doesn't really help us at all, but clutter us and keep us down, keep us behind. And in today's society, consumerism is all around us. Many of us have Amazon Prime subscriptions, myself included. Many of us get the new cars and the new items, the TVs, the gaming systems, you name it, when they come out. Consumerism is all over the ads, on the TV, all over everywhere you look, whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, you name it, it's everywhere. And influencers, far and wide, they're touting all these products. They don't even probably use half of these products, but they're getting paid enormous sums to tout them to people like you and me. And in the end, we're the ones that are falling for it. We're getting baited and we're getting the hooks in our mouth in short order. So the thing is this, we're seeing all these commercials, these seeds are being planted. And my thoughts on minimalism is it's actually a really good thing. The concept of minimalism that I really like is the fact that you only need a few different things. For example, I had a friend, he was going to Thailand and Vietnam. He did not have a lot of stuff. In fact, he had one backpack with him. One backpack, that's it. And he's going to be there for months. And I thought it was absolutely fascinating to see that because every time I would go to vacation, even for a week or two, I would bring big suitcases and bags and all this stuff. And he's surviving several months with just a backpack. Several months with just a backpack. And I looked at that and I was like, okay, he has a journal, maybe a flip-flop in there, a couple t-shirts, a couple shorts, and yeah, maybe a swimsuit. And that's it. He doesn't, he doesn't need that much. But at the end of the day, he's traveling the world and he's seeing the world and he has a backpack and he's able to survive just like we are here with all this stuff, these cars, these books, TVs, speakers, iPads, you name it. We have a lot of stuff. And I kind of looked at it like, wow, if he can live like that for months with just a backpack, I can live for months with just a backpack as well. But I over time we accumulate all this junk, and it's just like I'm looking to my left right now, and I see like 500 pens. Why do I need 500 pens? I'm looking to my right, and I'm seeing like 150, 200 books. And hey, I love those books, but yikes, I don't need all those books. I probably only need 3 that I'm going to refer to. Everything else I could have electronically. The point is, we slowly accumulate things over time, and eventually you don't really need all of it. It's just a lot of excess stuff. So I live my life through minimalism by not buying clothes. I don't really ever buy clothes unless I absolutely have to. I don't buy really anything, honestly, unless I see a need. For example, jumper cables. I just bought those because I needed them. For my car, the battery's almost dead. Or food, of course. I'll buy food only if I'm going to eat it. Or maybe I need to buy a pump for my tires on my bike. But I'm not going to the store without a list and just buying things willy-nilly. And I think a lot of us can do that too, where we just only buy things that we know that we need. So, from my view, we should always try to reduce what we're spending unless you absolutely need it. Don't buy it. It's likely Chinese junk. It's likely stuff that you're going to end up throwing away. It's going to end up in a landfill. And it's just more crap that you're going to eventually have to get rid of. So we need to find ways to reduce and optimize our life position. And I don't know if you guys have ever gone to someone's home, but you go there and there's just a few things, like maybe a book on a coffee table, maybe like a little flower pot on their island in the kitchen, and that's it. It's just clean and sterile. I love that. I love that. It's just, and yeah, some may say, well, that's not creative. And the point is, you don't want clutter. Clutter in around you is clutter in your head, clutter in your life. It kind of is symbolism to what we really are. And if you have too much clutter, then you actually are, there may be other problems. Because I'll tell you, when my bed isn't made, I can get, I feel like my life isn't made. I don't know. It's a weird metaphor, but they say like if you can make your bed, your thoughts are more in order. Or if you have a clean room, clean house, and you're working there, then you're also going to be clean in your approach on life. So how does minimalism play into Bitcoin? The way I look at it is this. If you are a minimalist and you only have a few things, I know there was a lot of memes like about people's shoes falling apart during the bear market and people sleeping on air mattresses with the Michael Saylor on the TV. But the way I see minimalism playing into Bitcoin is only having the bare necessities, the bare essentials, and if, anything extra, you can get it if needed, but generally it's just the bare necessities. And then all that money you would be spending on clothes, you would be spending on books, TVs, games, etc., it goes straight into Bitcoin. And with this, it actually helps you stack and buy more Bitcoin, because if you're buying stuff from the store or you're spending a lot on your mortgage or your car, that stuff holds you back. And do you really want to be held back in life because of your expensive tastes? Of course not, right? You want to be able to go, and when you do buy a car, it's like buying a cracker or a biscuit or a pen. It's cheap. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll buy that car. 20K? 30K? Okay, I'll buy it. No problem. Whereas you see people now just kind of stretching themselves thin on everything. It's not a good way to live. So what society wants you to become is they want you to become consumers. They want you to consume. They want you to buy things. They want you to feed into all the ads. If you just look at the Super Bowl, you look at all the ads during the Super Bowl, our government and our society, they want you to literally buy everything you see in those ads, whether that's vacations, whether that's the cars, the mortgages, the loans, you name it, the Doritos, the Coke. They want you to buy all that because at the end of the day, it enriches them, it enriches their company and their profits, and it keeps you behind. So I think we should all try to become more minimalistic in our approach to life because it helps us stack more sats, but it also means you have less to get rid of. I won't talk too much about my personal story here, but I did have a grandparent get pretty ill recently. And this grandparent had so many things, just junk, just picture all this crap, just junk as far as you can see. And I looked at it and I'm like, wow, she probably spent between 50 and 100 grand on it. We couldn't even probably sell any of it for anything. We couldn't even give half of it away, but we couldn't sell any of it. It wasn't worth, but we knew that she probably spent a lot of money on a lot of it. And it was just sad to see because it's like at the end of your life, you leave this world with what you came in as. Nothing, right? Other than your legacy and your friendships and memories, you don't really have anything. And it was just so sad to see, like, we spend our lives accumulating all this junk, and then it's up to our families just to take it and then eventually throw it away. It's just weird to me. That's why I think just live small, don't have a lot, and then when you do move on to the great beyond, nothing's too complicated. So we need to be more minimalistic. And, I'll tell you, we see this too much. We see consumerism rampant. We see people buying storage units that they don't even need just because they don't have enough room. It was funny. We actually had a storage unit a few years ago and we were paying, I don't know, $150 a month, nothing too bad. But we literally went to it. We looked in there and we're like, okay, let's get rid of this. Okay, what do we need? We looked in there. We didn't need a single thing in there. We threw it all out. We didn't need a single thing in that storage unit. You want to know why? Because we didn't go there to use anything in a year or 2 years since we bought it, or we rented it. We didn't use it once. So if we can go 2 years without it, why do we need it anymore? And it was this funny thing. We probably spent $2,500 over 2 years at that unit. Nothing too bad, but I just remember looking at it, I'm like, why do we need any of this? And so we just got rid of it. But the point I'm trying to make is, what are we actually using, right? Are you actually using that third speaker? Are you actually using that workbook? Are you using all those items? And if you are, keep it. If you're not, sell it, donate it, go to OfferUp. There's a lot of things you can do. But how will you look back at your life if you live minimalistically with a focus on Bitcoin? If you go throughout your life and you live like a minimalist, you only buy what's necessary, and you stack everything you can towards Bitcoin, I think a lot of you guys are going to look back at your life and you're going to be like, wow, I wouldn't be in this great financial position I'm in right now if I lived above my means or if I followed the regular consumerist path. So that's just something to think about. But in the end, we need to focus on stacking our sats. We need to focus on living within our means, but also getting rid of things that are a waste in our lives. And I think Bitcoin and the minimalist movement, they actually play hand in hand. So, but you guys let me know what you think. Do you guys live like minimalists? Do you ever want to live like a minimalist? At the end of the day, watching my friend leave with that one backpack kind of showed me we all could. What he was doing may have been extreme, but whether it's one backpack or two, whether it's one suitcase and a backpack, most people can live off that. A lot of us just choose not to. Anyways, feel free to stream it. Feel free to like it, retweet it, comment, you name it. Whatever you can do to help support this channel, this podcast, it means a lot. And I'll see you in the next one.